Good morning. My name is Father Rayappa. I am in Ekattupudi village near Vellore, South India. Today I am going to talk about Caritas in Veritate, an encyclical written by Pope Benedict XVI in the year 2009. So, this encyclical talks about integral human development. Actually, this encyclical is based on 1969 encyclical which was written by Paul VI, which is called Populorum Progressio. So Caritas in Veritate is basing itself on this Paul's document called Populorum Progressio, progression or development of the people, in which Paul VI talks about integral development. So the economy, the environment, the society, all should progress together, not at the expense of progressing at the expense of the other. That is called integral human development. So integral human development not only in material wealth and also spiritual wealth. The inner dimension, the outer dimension, the relationships around the human person and society. So that is integral human development. Actually, the Populorum Progressio was written 40 years before Benedict the 16th Caritas in Veritate. Also, John Paul II, Saint John Paul II also wrote an encyclical called Sollicitudo Rei Socialis, in which he is also discussing about integral human development. So basing on these two historical documents on the social teaching of the Church, Pope Benedict XVI is developing his theme in Caritas in Veritate, which means charity and truth, or charity, love in truth. So let us read the paragraph number 8 and then we will discuss a little bit about it. Okay? So Caritas in Veritate, article number 8, Pope Benedict XVI writes as follows. In 1967, when he issued the Encyclical Populorum Progressio, my venerable predecessor Pope Paul VI illuminated the great theme of the development of peoples with the splendor of truth and the gentle light of Christ's charity. He taught that life in Christ is the first and principal factor of development, and he entrusted us with the task of traveling the path of development with all our heart and all our intelligence. That is to say, with the ardour of charity and the wisdom of truth. It is the primordial truth of God's love, grace bestowed upon us, that opens our lives to gift and makes it possible to hope for a development of the whole man and of all men. To hope for progress from less human conditions to those which are more human, obtained by overcoming the difficulties that are inevitably encountered along the way. At a distance of over 40 years from the encyclical's publication, I intend to pay tribute and to honor the memory of the great Pope Paul VI, revisiting his teachings on integral human development and taking my place within the path that they marked out so as to apply them to the present moment. This continual application to contemporary circumstances began with the encyclical Sollicitudo Rei Socialis, with which the servant of God, Pope John Paul II, chose to mark the 20th anniversary of the publication of Populorum Progressio. Until that time, only Rerum Novarum had been commemorated in this way. Now that a further 20 years have passed, I express my conviction that Populorum Progressio deserves to be considered the rerum novarum of the present age, shedding light upon humanity's journey towards unity. Very nicely written, very nicely written. Actually, Sollicitudo Socialis, Re Socialis was written after 20 years of Populorum Progressio. It was written in 1967. 87, Pope John Paul II is writing Sollicitudo Re Socialis, and after 20 years, Pope Benedict is writing Caritas and Veritate. So, three encyclicals are grouped together. So, they all talk about integral human development, and this document, Caritas in Veritate, also talks about ecology and environment in the 4th chapter. It's a beautiful, beautiful chapter, and I will read more paragraphs in the coming future. But meantime, please read article number 8 from Caritas in Veritate, an encyclical which is written by Pope Benedict XVI. And thank you and happy reading.